Hello everyone, I'm Broffy1322 and welcome to another GTA content creator live stream happening again on Twitch, and those of you watching on YouTube are seeing the full replay. Once again, we're going through 7 different tracks that have been submitted from the community. We're going to give them a go, see what they're all like, and I'll tell you what, I'll go straight to the back. We'll give them a go, see what they're all like, and I'll give my thoughts as we go through them all. Obviously, we got a selection as always of a few proper racing circuits, a few sort of more themed circuits, rally circuits, and one stunt race as well. So let's give it a go. Sneak through on the inside there, that works. As always, the links for these the links for all the tracks that we play in this content creator live stream are in the description for those of you watching this on YouTube as a video, and they're always in the order in which we play them as well. So this is the first track. It's called Gordodrome, and it's basically, it seems like it's a track around Mount Gordo, so that's fun. Interesting concept. Doing this in muscles, so we're getting our muscle race done straight away because awesome class, obviously. And it's so much fun to drive this car in particular. Okay, so as always, I sort of do the first lap, and then I wait for the second lap to give my own thoughts on the track. And this is an interesting concept. A track around a mountainside. It is something that I've not seen before. It seems to be very nicely made as well, very well done. It is all stunt pieces, which is something that I would normally say I don't like when it comes to a proper racing circuit, but on a themed circuit such as this, it definitely works, because obviously you couldn't do something like this incorporating regular roads. Very, very difficult to incorporate many regular roads, I imagine. So it's nice. I mean, it's got some nice nice Apex props. Feels very open and high speed. It's a very high speed track, obviously. Oh, no way! That was never going to come off. And then, oh my god. It was all going so well. Coming up the pack nicely. Wasn't going to be allowed. So yeah, interesting that we're sort of just racing around the entirety of Mount Gordo. It's pretty interesting. It's an interesting location for a racing circuit. Got to give it that. Got a nice flow to it. Oh, 2 people have just flew off the side there. That is one problem. If you get it wrong, you are going off the side. This was submitted as a themed circuit. I think this does definitely serve that a bit better than what you would consider like a proper racing circuit. You can certainly have proper races on it and have a lot of fun with it. Oh, squeeze through there. And then go too wide and get cut back. I like the trees in that section. It's got a nice layout. It does have a nice layout. like the tunnel. This is a nice tunnel section as well. Feels good. High pace track. Very fast, very flowing. Around the outside of a mountain. Really nice creation. Props are all very nicely done. Checkpoints are all nicely done. Yeah, good stuff. Not a lot I can say in terms of improvements or anything really. It is its own thing. It's a nice track, no doubt about it. Big group in front, Jesus! Look at this. A little bit wide on this bit so we can carry the speed through. Yeah, good circuit, nice. Really, really nice flow to it. Ah, damn it, I had the overspeed there. Producing some nice racing in muscles. I think muscles works the best on this. At least it feels like it works very nicely in muscle cars. I think that's gonna be it. 8th place it looks like. Oh, can we get some before the end? Oh, it's close. Damn it. Good stuff. Fun track. I have to agree with that in the chat. I do like the elevation changes. That is one of the main problems with tracks that are created from entirely stunt pieces. Is that they are just completely flat with no thought going into them really. But there are some nice elevation changes on this one. Where did that speed come from? Excuse me? Where did that speed come from? Hazard with a $3. Good to know that today's GTA fix hasn't affected the faction. That's all. That's still all kinds of flippity fun. Yeah, well. Indeed. Indeed, Hazard. The faction I don't think will ever be fixed. Thank you for the donation, man. Your little spin in the tube sent me from 12th to 24th. Don't blame me. Blame whoever it was who hit me in the backside when I was mid-turn. Fun track. Good start. A good start to the... A good start to the content creator live stream. Week 23 this is. Back on PS4. One does not simply fix the faction. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's do 3 laps of this. Yeah, we'll do supers. Since it's set to supers. Okay. As always, I'll sort of keep the full 1.5 minutes in between tracks just so I can show and talk to you guys in the chat. For those who are watching this as a YouTube video and don't realise that I am recording these on Twitch now. I'm not doing them as a YouTube live stream. I'm doing them as a Twitch live stream and then uploading it to YouTube afterwards as the full live stream, so it's no different. But yeah, if you want to basically, for those who only ever watch these as a video, if you want to watch this video a day early, then frequent my Wednesday live streams on Twitch, and you'll be seeing what happens in the video beforehand. So for those in the Twitch chat, we don't have any track links. I'll link them all at the end of the playlist for those of you watching on Twitch in the chat right now. Oh, we got the playlist link there. Oh, there you go. Perfect. But for those of you watching as a YouTube video, the links are always in the description in the order in which we play them, if you want any of these tracks for your own game. PS4, this is again. I wonder what to use. I mean, I guess I'll stick with the Nero. Safe bet. Yeah, PS4 again. So we've done, we basically, we go through it. We started with just a test live stream doing my own tracks, and then we did week 2 was PS4, week 3 was Xbox One, and then week 4 was PC, and then we've just continued around PS4, Xbox One, PC every single week up until this week, where we're back on PS4, and this is week 23. Been doing this a while now. Okay, let me pull off again. People always ask me, even though I've explained it multiple times, but people still always ask me why I pull off to the side at the start of races. Basically, I do it just because I don't really care whether I win or not, to be honest. And it just, to me, makes the races a little bit more interesting, rather than... The problem that I always have is that because I start the playlist, I always start... Wait. Oh. Okay, that checkpoint is interesting. Because I'm always the one creating the playlist, I always start in pole position for custom created races, which is stupid that Rockstar have still never fixed that. Why they don't let us have a random grid order like they do for Rockstar created tracks, I'll never know. But for custom created races, which is all we do, oh, I've absolutely wiped it out. For custom created races, which is all we do, did he pass me? Oh yeah. I always start on pole position because I create and start the playlist. So I go to the back just to make it a bit more of an interesting race, so I'm not always starting at the front. I do start the front sometimes, but I don't really care whether I win or not in these races. Just want to showcase some decent tracks and have a bit of fun. Lots of crashes. Oh my god, that checkpoint could do with some work. Because I will have a few things to say about this one, in terms of improvements at least. It's mainly at the moment about checkpoint placement. Props themselves have been okay, it's mostly from what I can see. As always, I'll give my thoughts on the second lap. Oh, big group ahead. Some of them going slowly. Big long back straight. Well, front straight, I guess. Ah, I just couldn't hold it. So this is the second lap. Let's talk a little bit more about it. There's a few checkpoint issues I noticed. This one is a big one. I mean, you can just cut straight across there. Maybe that's what's being intended, that you can just cut straight across the grass, but I guess it is. Because otherwise you would prop it a bit better, so that you're not able to just cut straight across like that. I mean, I can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter whether you want to cut across or not. It was just a bit confusing on the first lap, thinking that we were going to follow the road. Those two checkpoints, they feel a little bit too close together, but there's not really a lot you can do about those ones, I guess. Oh! You must have hit something. No! Thank you. Just help me along a bit. Okay, that's the two main checkpoints that are cause issues. Those checkpoints are way too close to each other. See, the problem that you see on some tracks, I mean, it's a common mistake on newly created, or like when people create tracks for the very first time, it's a very, very common mistake to either not put enough checkpoints or put way too many. Again, as I've said it many times in this series of live streams, the golden rule of checkpoint placements is that you want to be able to see the previous checkpoint, see the next checkpoint from the previous checkpoint, but it needs to be as far away as possible with still being able to see it. And those two in the chicane were just too close together. So you hit the first checkpoint, and then the next thing you know, the other one's there and you don't know where you're going. It's not too big of an issue once you've done 1 or 2 laps of the track, because then generally you know where you're going. See what I mean? That's I don't. The thing I'll say about that is, if it's intended, then fair enough. If it's not intended, you need an extra checkpoint in the middle of that. And better propping to tell people that you can't just cut straight across the dirt road section there. This is going to be dicey. I like the concept. I do like the concept of going in and out of Zancudo. Checkpoint issues aside. I like the general layout. I think, yeah, I mean, it does seem to be more checkpoint issues, more so than anything else, that they're giving issues on the track itself. Alright, so here we go again. For those watching on YouTube, you're just going to have seen a title screen saying RIP stream, and then we're going to be back onto this. But the stream died, everything died really, power supply, power to the house died, just everything died. So we're back on the live stream now. We're doing 1 lap because the stream died during the middle of a lap here. We're doing 1 more lap of this so I can give my final thoughts. And we're continuing on as if nothing happened. But yeah, that was interesting. Everything just died. So I was saying just before the everything failed, I was actually saying that I quite like the concept of this race. I like some of the layout. I like the idea of using some of these hill roads and then going into the airport and using some of that. I think the execution isn't the best. There's a few checkpoint issues, and I think the props in general are all fine, but I don't really feel like the layout in particular is altogether that interesting. I feel like more of Zancudo could be used. The props could make it a little bit clearer where you're going. A few of these lampposts need covering over as well, I just noticed. But it's a solid track. You know, it's a bit of a fun circuit. It's more of a high-speed circuit. And it's got some decent transitions. It's got a decent route. You know, it's a relatively fun circuit. could do with a few improvements for the checkpoints and maybe some more props and things covered over, but apart from that, you know, it's a good solid circuit, something a bit different as well with the mix of the Vinewood Hills and the airport, the airfield. So yeah, good stuff. I can hear myself, so let's just go into a party. And I can't, then I won't be able to hear anything. So yeah, that's the second track done. And we're basically issues. And we're basically going to continue on as we always have done, as we plan to. The tracks are all going to be the same as what we planned, and for those watching as a video, like I said, all the links are in the description in the order that we play them. So this is the second track, and then we're going to be on the third track. Mostly decent. Yeah, mostly decent. I think it was relatively fun. Could do with a bit more refinement, but it was decent. What do you think about all the fruit stands? In general, I don't like fruit stands, and if they can be avoided, then avoid them. But you know, now that I know that they're used as extra props, if you like, they're the only thing you can really use for that sort of thing, then fair enough. But I would always rather not see them at all. Okay, we'll do 3 laps on this as well. Let's do Sports Classics. I'm going to use the Infernus Classic. I'll probably be a little bit of a disadvantage to those using the Turismo Classic, but hey, it is what it is. At least it's fixed now. It was just fixed today as well. For those wondering when this is going up, this is being streamed on Wednesday on Twitch, and this is the day that it was that the Infernus Classic and all the bugs relating to that were all fixed. The testing videos for the Infernus Classic and the Turismo Classic will probably be out on Friday, and I will be testing a few other things obviously as well, just to make sure things are the same as what they were. Most things are the same as what they were before, but I will just test a few things just to obviously check. If you don't see any videos of me telling you that something has changed, then you can assume that everything has gone back to how it was before, and all of my testing is the same as what it has always been. So, okay. At least people who use the Sterling GT now aren't gonna get called scumbags. Sterling GT is about on the pace. It's a little bit off the pace because of its top speed, but it does have decent traction. It's just that the Turismo Classic has the traction of the Sterling GT with more speed. So the Turismo Classic is the one to have in these races these days. But anyway, third track of the stream. Look at all these Turismo Classics. I see a Infernus behind. Okay, I'm going to go off at the start. Okay, I already don't like the klaxons. Okay, that Turismo just went right around the outside of me. So I was trying to figure out the correct camera angle. Do you know what? It's nice to do Sports Classic races again. Even though it's not in the Sports Classics that I enjoy driving the most in the Sports Classics class. I think I like the old style of Sports Classics better. I think it was better before the Sterling GT existed. It is nice to be doing another class again. That's for sure. Bumpy. Oh, ow. Still does have some oversteer, in fairness. It has been fixed, but it's got basically an equal amount of oversteer left and right. Whereas before it had immense oversteer left only. Ah, he got me. I tried to do a wide line. Yeah, I'm struggling. Struggling in this, in fairness, against all these Turismos. I need to get a Turismo ASAP. Turismo is... The Turismo has done to the Sterling GT what the Sterling GT did to the whole class. That's exactly what's happened here. You need a Turismo Classic for Sports Classic races these days. Good job to Subaru in the Pagani though. Good effort. At least the oversteer on the Infernus is manageable now, and predictable as well. Oh, there it goes. Goodbye, Turismo. Pretty even at the end though. And this is close. Oh, he hit the barrier. He's gone. So, let's talk about the track. Not a fan of the klaxons all that much, but that's just me, I guess. I've always said it's... I don't like the tyre stack either. I've always said it's very difficult to create a track around this area, the Vinewood, Del Perro, Vinewood Beach, Del Perro area. Vinewood Beach? That's not what I wanted to say. Vespucci Beach area. It's very difficult to create a track around here, and it's very bumpy as well. But I think this works nicely. I mean, it is very bumpy, this track in general. There's nothing you can do to get away from that. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You've just got to know where the bumps are and handle it. I don't like the fact that we've still got tyre stacks. Surely we can have better props than those to cover over the lampposts. But in general, seems a pretty decent track. I like how it winds around. I like the use of it does wind around itself. It's got quite a decent variety of types of roads. Like you've got the motorway, you've got the bumpy sections, you've got the high-speed stuff here. See, this is why the Turismo Classic is so OP. It's got the grip of... It's got just a little bit more grip than what the Sterling GT has. And it's got higher top speed than the Infernus Classic. The Infernus Classic is balanced with the Sterling GT because the Sterling GT has the grip and the Infernus has the top speed. The Turismo has both. And I like the use of the guardrails and everything. Yeah, it's a nice track for this area. It works well. Nice layout. Decent flow. I like how it forces you around the outside of this part of the track because These lampposts on the inside always caused issues. I mean, I don't see why the tyre stacks are still there. Surely they can just be gotten rid of now. Another Turismo. Is that a Turismo? No, it's an Infernus. Good stuff. He's just quicker than me. I wish you worked at Rockstar's vehicle balancing department. I don't even need to work at the vehicle balancing department. The programmers actually do a really good job of creating vehicles. I have praised them in the past for that. It's the people who decide what class they should be in. Those are the ones who ruin it for everybody. A lot of the cars are very, very well balanced with other cars if they were in the right class. I have a lot of respect for the people who actually make the cars from a programming perspective, like all the game data and stuff like that. It's just the people who make the ultimate decision of where the cars go. Those are the scumbags. What have I done? What have I done? Issue. Issues. There's 10th place gone. There's more places gone. There's the Pigali. Oh, what a nightmare final part of the lap. I like how it winds. I do like how it winds around and you sort of, you're on both sections of the road there. Interesting, interesting. The tyre stacks are just me being lazy and not replacing them because they aren't a huge problem. No one ever hits them because they're away from the racing line mostly. I bet people will hit them. I think it's just better to not even take the risk. If they're like way out of the track, then fair enough, but if they're anywhere where people are driving even past. Where's Evo at? Wait, what's happened to the... Why is Evo down in 20th? He passed me in the other Infernus. Anyway, weird things are happening tonight. I like the track. It's a good track for around that area. It's one of the better tracks I've seen around that area, I've got to say. I jumped out of my car trying to be funny, then died. Good job, Evo. Good job. Good job. We're going to do this in supers because this is a stunt race. Non-contact. We'll leave it on non-contact. My mic is fixed, yes. We had major issues on the Sunday stream and I've fixed all those. And then we had major issues tonight as well. So yeah, that was the third track. This is the fourth track in the playlist. And it's a stunt race. So the idea with this, from what I can tell and from what I've read, is that there's two ways to go. It's a dual circuit. You can either take the left route, which is a stunt race with jumps and tubes and things like that, or the right route, which is a normal road race. So we'll see. We'll see what it's something interesting. It's something new. We'll see what it's like, how it's created. The world records, it appears supposedly it's been balanced. I'll give any props to anybody who beats the world records. Supposedly a 1:33, pretty much. Anybody who's in this this stream and beats the world record, you can get some props, and we'll see if it actually is well balanced. But we'll give it a go. It's another dual circuit. I do like dual circuits where you can choose different routes. I'm gonna go on both routes equally to showcase it. I'm gonna choose the stunt route, then the normal route, then the stunt route, then the normal route. But there will be some cars that are slightly better on the stunt bit and some cars that are slightly better on the normal bit. But the I'm going to obviously use the Nero Custom because that's pretty much the best all-rounder. If you're ever in doubt of what to use in the Supers class, the answer is always the Nero Custom. Okay. So we got jumps and tubes and a normal race all in one. And you can choose which one you do. So I think we'll do the right hand side first. We'll do the normal.
Oh, what a scumbag!
Normal track. GT3339 with the 7 months in a row. Thank you so much, man. I shall read it at the end of this race. I'll go back through them all. Had issues. Okay. So the thing is, with a track like this, it has to work in both ways. It has to work as a stunt race, and it has to work as a normal race as well. It can't be lacking in any area. Few poles here that need covering over. I'll wait anyway. I'll wait till the second lap before giving opinions. Wait, the second lap of each. I'm gonna have to give my opinions on. I'm gonna have to give my opinions twice on each part of the track. I guess those in the RE7B have chosen the GP route. So now I'm gonna go for the stunt section this time. Okay, everybody who took the GP side has ended up... Wow, a lot of people committing suicide. How's that? No! Oh my god, there's a wall ride. Oh my... Oh, damn it. That's why people were committing suicide. I'm guessing there's more of that to come. And that's why everybody who took the GP route... Oh my god. So if you... automatically, on the first playthrough of this race, anybody who takes the GP route is guaranteed to be in the runnings for the win against anybody who takes... No! What the... Oh my god. Okay. 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 I imagine that everybody who takes the stunt route will just choose the GP route on the next. Oh my god, there's so many. See, this is the thing with stunt races. You've got to...
Oh, what a scumbag!
You've got to do it right. You can't overdo it. There's so many stunt races that overdo it. Do you really need this many loops? Is this really necessary? Would 2 not do? What the... Okay. I mean, that was okay. I mean, my unfortunate thing is that I can't take the GP route twice. And I've got to actually do this stunt bit again. We should have forced everybody to at least do the stunt part once. I mean, I'm at the minute I'm comparing everything stunt based to the last track that we played on Xbox a few weeks ago, and the PC one 3 weeks ago, was it? 4 weeks ago? And having a load of tubes just put randomly, to me, doesn't make sense anymore. You need to have some point to them, some reason for them. It's another one of those things where if you like that sort of thing, if you like the wall ride, I don't like wall rides. I mean, at least these aren't too bad. But the Jeep, this part, I think this is trying to be 2 different races, and it doesn't do either of them well enough. I feel like that's what I'm getting. The GP part of this around Paleto Bay, it could do with a lot of improvement. There's a lot of areas that could do with maybe smoothed over. There's some lampposts that need changing, covering over. You could say that, you know, my focus is more towards GP style circuits, and I don't like the stunt style wall ride stuff. But I don't even think that the GP style part of this circuit is good enough. And I think I like the idea. I like the concept in general, and I was quite interested in how this would turn out. But I don't think those transitions are very good from the wall rides, to be honest. Maybe you just need to learn them, but people have already finished. Everybody who took the GP side have already finished. That's the problem with when you play this for the first time. I guess when you learn the stunt side more, and you can do it without any issues, then fair enough. But I feel like this would be better if he just scrapped. I mean, if he scrapped the whole dual aspect and scrapped the GP circuit and worked a bit more on the stunt circuit, I think that would be better, to be honest. But, you know, to be fair, I'm not the most experienced stunt racer wall rider in the world. God. I mean, I'm not normally this bad, but it's not. If you like this sort of thing, then it's okay, but I just think it's trying to do 2 things, and it's not excelling at any of them. It's sort of just average at both of the things that it's trying to do. It's not a wow factor stunt track, it's not a wow factor racing circuit, GP circuit. But it works. I mean, I've DNF'd of course, but it works. The GP part wasn't all that GP as well, I agree. It's trying to be too much, I think, that track. It's trying to be too much. K-Dog beat the second fastest lap time. And I guess it has been balanced. I mean, the world record lap times don't seem to be too bad, but then you also have to question that K-Dog has beaten the second fastest lap time world record ever, and that's only his first time of playing the track. A 33.3. Maybe some more time can come out of those. It would be better if you were forced to do both sides. Application is suspending in 15 minutes because license cannot be verified. What? Don't give me that nonsense. I've never seen that before. I think it was trying to do too much, to be honest. I think the track was trying to be a bit too much. That's what I'm gonna say about it. I like the concept, but if it was just reined in a little bit, then I think it would be better. But yeah, it would be even better if you had to do both sides. If we're forced to do the right side and then you were forced to do the left side, then I think it would be better. Like a sort of a proper dual circuit. And then you have no need for all the balancing as well. But I think it was just trying to be. It wasn't a bad track though. It wasn't, and it's fun if you like doing that sort of thing. But yeah, I think it was just trying to be a little bit too much, just for my taste anyway. These are all only ever my my suggestions and criticisms, so no one has to take any of them. I don't know what that notification was all about. That was weird. I've never seen that before. I hope it doesn't close the application. I've never seen that before. I don't understand. The game is a downloadable copy from the PSN store. How can it be? You know, my PS Plus subscription is all fine. PSN membership's months to go. Nothing is going right. Nothing is going right. Well, we'll see what happens in 15 minutes. We'll see if it closes it and we have to do it, start it up again. I didn't read the sub messages. You're right, I'm sorry. I'll do it after this race. Sorry, I forgot. Wow, explosions already. Let's play fast and loose with PSN. See how it decides to tackle this. Whether it actually will close the application. Whether it's got the stones. Whether it's got the balls to actually close the application or not. Okay. Sandy Shores track. That's interesting. You seem to go over and under different parts of the road. Oh, wrecked. Many issues. Oh my days. This bestia has wrecked me so much. Ooh, tunnel. Interesting. I can't cancel this recording, this is annoying me. I should never have started it. Okay, my photo is absolutely trashed. Look at the state of the back end of this photo. Okay, so Sandy Shores circuit. Heavy on the use of stunt pieces. So we're not actually seeing a lot of Sandy Shores, the road itself. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think I like the Sandy Shores roads in general, but they are used on a lot of tracks these days and they're all the same, so we're seeing something a little bit different. Looks like we're going over and under different parts of circuits, different parts of the same circuit, which is fun. Always a fun experience. See, we got people going. If you look at the map, why are people flipping on that section? Is there an issue there with a transition? I like that when you look at the map on races like this and you just see people winding around each other. Can't really see any issues in terms of prop issues or prop placement or checkpoint placement. It all seems totally fine. Layout's pretty good. It works as a racetrack. It's a fun track. Winds around itself. I like the tunnel sections. Something a bit different for Sandy Shores, which is nice. That's the thing. It's nice to see something a bit different. Especially for a Sandy Shores race, which are generally always the same. People are crashing here quite a bit. I wonder if there's an issue that I haven't noticed myself yet. Something you can hit. Or maybe it's just a place where people are crashing into each other. Oh, what a scumbag! Thank you for the subscription. I'll read them all. I'll catch up with them all at the end of this. Look at evil in the Furora. speed out. Oh, the Furora had it to the line as well. A Fusillade, sorry, not the Furora.
You bitch.
Fusillade. I don't know why I said. I get mixed up. It starts with the same letter. It's the same thing. God damn it! Now everybody mentions it in the chat because I didn't. Fusillade, not the Furora. I meant Fusillade, and I knew that it was a Fusillade. I just got the word wrong. Sorry. Okay, Leo Speed Leo with a 314. I heard you playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on Friday to smash some noobs. I don't even think I've played it the first when it was originally out. Thank you for the 314, man. Seba Maki with the 6 months. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the 6 month sub. Jargy with a 5 months. Only doing this to properly show Nos how to frame Fame Hall. Please check out my racing event on the Null forums for PS4. Running Pro Gens in the 90s. Kappa. Also, can we get some sticky cheese in the chat? None of this Bruffy Orange nonsense. God damn it, Jargy. Thank you for the 5 months, man. And JT3339 with the 7 months. Wow, I haven't seen a stream in like 6 ever. Hello. Thank you guys for the subscriptions and the donations. I like the track. It's something different for a Sandy Shores circuit, which is good. And I think I think that's the sort of thing that we need in tracks these days. Something that's not all just the same. Okay, 10 laps. Obviously, rally cars for this one. That's the Omnis, the Tropos, the Sterling GT, the Sultan, the Kuruma, or the Armoured Kuruma if you don't have anything else. Okay. Comet Retro allowed. I mean, the Comet Retro is generally on the same pace, but I wouldn't call it a rally car. It is in the description, but I don't know. Maybe I should do this as a non-contact race. I think I'm going to do it as a non-contact race because it is very small. I mean, the Futo and the Penumbra you could use as well, I suppose, but they're way off the pace. The rally cars that I list are just the rally cars that we use because they're always generally on the same pace of each other. So yeah, I think the last track, it was good. It was good for something different in a Sandy Shores track, and the sort of thing that I keep talking about on all of these live streams is that we sort of need something different. Need something that makes you go, yeah, this is really nice, this is really cool. Sets you apart because there's so many tracks out there now. And so many people doing all the same sort of stuff. You need something that's a bit different. Okay. Rallycross track. Is that a 770? That's not a rally car. Scum. Major issues have been had. Oh, it's a Spectre, isn't it? Do you know, again, I was thinking of the Spectre. When I said 770, I knew what car I was thinking about. I just got the words wrong. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Well, we can go 2 different ways. Is this the Joker lap? Okay, this is the Joker lap. Oh man, same first letter again. There's too many cars that share the same first letter that are alike. I mean, the Furora GT and the Fusillade are both alike in the fact that they're completely irrelevant. The Spectre and the 770, they both look similar. They're both relatively on the pace. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm not having a good time right now. I've taken the Joker lap. Nothing wrong with the Joker lap in particular. Seems fine. For those who don't know, rallycross tracks, you generally have a bit of a Joker lap, which everyone has to take once per lap in a sort of rallycross event. I should start to concentrate. My lack of knowing the names for cars has thrown me off. Listen, when you've tested 400 different vehicles, it's hard to keep track of them all. There are a lot in this game. Sometimes I get it wrong, alright? So, rallycross track, in general, they're quite short circuits. They have a mix between, oh god, this bit, always this bit. They have a cross between off-road circuits and road circuits. Generally quite short. They've got the Joker lap as well, like I mentioned. Longer piece of track that you've got to take. Involves a bit of tactics. This track is very short. It's very bumpy as well. You need to actually like get used to it, I think. Interesting with the stunt pieces. I like that we've got a little jump. Could be a bit harsher. A bit more of a jump. Stunt pieces, are they linking together a different bit of the road? Maybe. To give it a different feel. It's a decent enough rallycross track. It feels a bit messy, but I don't know whether that's just because of the route. It has some extremely bumpy sections. I don't know whether that is sort of tainting that aspect of it. Maybe once you get the hang of it, it's fine. Oh my god. I haven't had a good time though. It doesn't really... It sort of doesn't have anything that's making me go, wow, this is a really, really, really good top-of-the-line rallycross track. But it also isn't making me think that it's a bad track. It's still... It's interesting that we've got these bits of road, because these bits of... Well, not this bit, but the bit that we were just on. There's sort of three different styles of... three different road surfaces. Because the bit of the first part of the track is actually a bit more grippy than just normal dirt. I'm going to know to brake on this bit, definitely. Well, there's not an awful lot to it, I agree. But there's not an awful lot going wrong with it either, I think. If you were sort of hosting a rallycross event and you needed like maybe a championship and you needed multiple different tracks, I think this would work as one of the tracks for that championship. Definitely. Tracks don't have to be like crazy wow all the time. It's a solid track, and that's good. It'll be interesting to see how this actually works in a racing format against other people in a contact format. It's a solid rallycross track, and it sort of fits the theme of what a rallycross track should be, in that it's short, it has the joker lap, sort of a little jump here and there, action packed. It ticks all the boxes for what a rallycross track should be. We've had quite a lot of rallycross tracks submitted as rallycross tracks or having the title rallycross when they're not really rallycross. They're either too long or they're more like a rally circuit. This is what a rallycross track should be in terms of ticking all the boxes. Nothing wow, but nothing bad. It's solid. I would use it for a rallycross event. I didn't like it as much on the first lap or two, but it's one of those tracks that it takes a bit of getting used to and learning the track, because it is bumpy in quite a few sections. So nothing wrong with all that. And it hasn't done anything wrong either. I don't think there's anything bad with prop choice or prop selection. It's well propped. Checkpoints work well. Yeah. It's good. Grown on me. Oh, we're gonna get him at the end. I think we did. I think we got the end. Good stuff. First checkpoint looks missable if you nail the apex. That is something for the creator to make sure isn't the case, now that you've mentioned it. We've pointed it out. It's what I like to see. People who choose the wrong car pulling off to the side and not finishing. The track would be hell with the Kuruma, with all the bumps, I've got to say, that's true. Still would probably be the quickest if you're able to handle it. Okay, good stuff. So we've had our stunt variation of race, we've had our rally track, we've had our sort of themed circuit that we had at the very start of the playlist, and the rest are all sort of proper racing circuits. How many have we got to go? One more track to go. Wow, that went quick. One more track to go. As always, for those watching this as a video, the links are in the description for all these tracks. Hopefully, if you are watching this as a video, leave a comment and let me know. Small, intense. I mean, let's leave it on coupes, I guess. I'll put 6 laps. Leave a comment and let me know how you think this works since I've moved over to Twitch. Does it still work as a video? Is there anything else you would like to see when it comes to this being a video? Would you prefer it if I just cut out all these middle bits and just had the tracks one after another? I tried to just leave it up as a full live stream because I think that's how it works best, but let me know, those of you who watch this as a video afterwards. I'm not asking you guys in the chat right now on Twitch because you're not watching this as a video afterwards. And I imagine that you guys don't watch this as a video afterwards because you don't need to, because you're watching it right now. Yeah, I guess Sony chickened out on this one because my application hasn't been closed. I don't know why it said that. I have recently transferred over to another PS4, so maybe that's why. Maybe I need to do something to re-verify the game. But I mean, I signed in and downloaded it and installed it, so I don't understand how it could not be verified. Let's be a scumbag and use the Zion, because it's been a long time since I used the Zion in a race. Yeah, I imagine that there are a few people who watch it again or come into the stream and have seen like 1 or 2 races, and some of them watch and then you go back and watch the videos. I mean, I appreciate that. I do. They don't have the stones. I did call it. I did call it. Sony don't have the stones. Okay, where are we going? I've decided to just go off at the start of this one. With it being a small circuit, we'll just... Oh, we're going around this way. Okay. I'm not used to using the Zion actually. I'm kind of thinking that I'm not used to the amount of grip that it has. I'm not taking the corners as quickly as I could. My brain can't process the idea that this car has the amount of grip that it does. I'm too used to using the Exemplar. Oh, we're going over here, are we? So it is a bit of a short circuit, it seems. Would it work with a lot of people in faster class, like supers or something? Maybe. Only in an event format, I would imagine, though. Yep, too much grip. I'm turning into the corners earlier than... And I'm... I keep thinking I'm driving a car that's got an exemplar level of grip, i.e. none. I like that bit. This is a fun little circuit. Damn it. Issues. I think it is a little bit small and a bit too tight for sort of a 30-player race in supercars. That would be the only criticism I would have of it. From a standpoint of it trying to be a sort of proper racing circuit, if you like. But it certainly works for a few slower cars. I wonder what it would be like in compacts. Because it is quite a short circuit as well. Oh my god, that... Every time I need to respawn. I like the idea, I like the layout. I think it does actually. It is a good. I mean, it was on coupes by default, but I think that is a good match for this track because the main problem with coupes is that they have more. I'm gonna have to respawn again because I've got no armor on this car. God damn it. One of the problems with coupes, especially the Zion, and sedans to a certain degree as well. I think sedans would be quite good around here. Not the shafters, but all the other sedans. So I suppose that ruins it because it would be the shafter, but it's quite action-packed as a track, so you're always having to do something. Yes, I missed it! You're always having to do something when it comes to utilising the high grip levels of something like a Zion and coupes in general. The prop placement is good, no issues on that front. No issues when it comes to checkpoint placement as well, that seems fine. It's got a decent floor. It's a decent little track. Would I put it in a multi-class endurance championship as a track selection with supercars? Probably not. Just because it is a little bit too tight and technical for that sort of thing. But it certainly works, and you could certainly have this track with supercars or sports cars with a smaller number of people as well. And it's fun to go around this area, I think, as well. I'm quite enjoying driving around here again, this area. Yeah, it's a good little track. Good little track. I don't like the bowling pins, but that's just an aesthetic thing, of course. Yeah, it works in the Zion. Definitely. Gives you something to do with all the grip that it has. Multi-class race on this track before with SUVs and 3 GTs. Yeah, I mean SUVs I could see working, they are slower. Generally, the slower vehicles like SUVs and compacts, they would do fine on there, I think. I just think it's a little bit too tight for 30 players. In supercars or something, it's a little bit too tight, but it's still a nice track. I like it. I do. We've had some solid tracks tonight, I would say. We've had some nice tracks, some solid circuits. Obviously, the links for all of those are in the description if you're watching this on on YouTube. But yeah, some good tracks. Good tracks once again.